Hi guys, I think we are on. This is my first stream, so apologies if there are any errors or if you're not able to hear clearly. I may be going through some settings in between the stream. Uh, I hope we are live in this. Like I don't even know how to check. Yeah, I think I'll go and check. Uh, yes, I think we are live. I can see it here. So, I've started this stream uh, like for myself also. I want to learn coding. Now, this is very late in life for me, and आप सोच रहे होंगे कि अभी अभी कोडिंग सीख के क्या होगा, अभी तो एआई भी आ गया है. बट ऐसा नहीं कि एआई आएगा देन द वैल्यू ऑफ कोडिंग विल बी लॉस्ट और समथिंग. You can hear all the people who are not associated with the companies who are running or who are investing in AI, that just because the technology gets easier or convenient does not mean it will not grow. If we were able to type faster and print faster with keyboard, ऐसा नहीं था कि उसके बाद तो कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, अब बैठ जाएंगे. तो coding and technical knowledge is always good, and especially now when everything will be AI as per the experts or leaders of the tech industry. So that is there that the learning has to be I think it is relevant for everyone. That's what I would say कि अगर आपको नहीं पता तो आप एकदम ऐसे अ, उसमें रहोगे ना, एकदम इग्नोरेंस में रहोगे. यू एवरीवन लाइक यू वुड बी मेड अ फूल आउट ऑफ. आपको लाइक इट इज़ हैपनिंग नाउ कि कोई भी एआई बोल के people get like write AI when it is only an automation. What AI should mean is the generative AI part, which everyone or most of the people who are familiar with tech are used to. But AI कुछ automation किया, उसको AI बोल दिया, and then um, hyping it up, वो that is not right. So similarly, you have to understand all the technical know-how, how it is done. So in my journey, I have been part of the tech industry for a very long time. I was in Accenture, I was in Wipro, I was part of the project management teams there. Before that, uh, I was in IIT Delhi with Srijan, and whom we are working with together right now for WPS. And then I was in IIM Calcutta, and then in the tech industry. So I could see the change 2 years back कि AI आके the big size companies and the services that India provides to the world, they will not be relevant, or the because the companies are so big that to change or to be flexible or to adapt to the AI way of working, it will take a very long time. So I made the decision. I quit Wipro, and I joined WBS, and we have been like it has been a year and more. Like I was with WBS earlier also, but now in the current stint, it has been more than a year, and I I have been working on many technical projects. Project management was my bread and butter for so many years, so that is not an issue. And using Google AI Studio, Cursor, and vibe coding and doing everything else, that is also I'm very comfortable with. Uh, I have used ChatGPT and Gemini and Cloud for coding and Google AI Studio for building UI, UX, for various tools that we have supplied to clients. So I am good with the usage part of it. But right now I feel that the leverage that we can get uh, going forward, and it is applicable for everyone, that you have to know the nuances of the technology and how it is used. Only then you can provide a value which is more than what a LLM would provide. So that got me into thinking that I have to go and learn the basics of coding and basics of software development. So I have more to offer. I can leverage the gaps that I see with any product or with any industry. And to do this, I am planning to take out at least 3 hours of my daily routine, and then stream whatever I'm learning. Uh, like I know I will not be a full stack developer, and I will, like, people who have been developing and in this field for 5 years or 3 years even, I will not be able to compete with that in terms of technical knowledge at the end of my journey, because I'm only taking 3 hours out of my daily routine. Rest I'm dedicating as the CEO and CGO at WBS. So I will not be at that level, but with the usage of Cursor or GPT or any LLM that comes into future, I will be able to leverage it more. For example, right now I am able to write code and develop very complex tools, very niche tools which have API calling, and it may have payments and everything. So those are a bit complex than regular vibe coding, but I'm not able to deploy it or see, like, the actual deployment, the actual core part of it, how the payload is going from the browser to the device or to the cloud. All those things I'm not really sure about, and like which language to use. So I depend on my technical team to answer all those questions right now. But I think if I have those info, that if I'm giving a prompt to a Cursor, whether it has done the right right changes, or whether I want to refine my prompt and undo those changes, or actually able to, like, for small changes I don't have to rely on the AI part. So that is my goal. And because we are offering so many new age products in terms of OCR RAG or the AIML, like the customized AIML solutions, on-prem development of all those things. So in that, other than the product management, the marketing and the growth and the scaling of the company, I will also be able to contribute uh, contribute in the technical know-how, because I would have better understanding. And uh, and let's see if there are any more benefits that I don't see yet. Maybe there are. So then I think those will be even better for me. So that is the objective, to get a better understanding, use AI, or basically leverage AI in much more efficient way than I can do now. Uh, Less dependency on the technical part on GPT. I should not um, depend on GPT, that whatever it has done is the end all and be all. I should be able to capture whether the files that are touched, the files that are changed, or the type of implementation that is done in coding, whether it is right or not. So yeah, let's start. I will just tell you how I will go about it. Yeah, this is I think my YouTube studio that I see. So I have a plan now. Needless to say, this is also made using AI. I could have used the expertise of someone in our company, or the resources available on web, but yeah, this is what I have right now. So I'm 2 days late. This is 10th March when I should have started, but I think I will cover it up gradually, uh, due to the like very dynamic nature. I don't think I will like it will be that consistent that every day I will be able to give 3 hours. Some days I may not, but I will have to catch up or uh, go according to this plan eventually. So, and there are many columns of what I will do every day, how many hours, what are the concepts, why it matters, all those tasks, the resources. So all these things are there, and I'm not sharing it right now on the video because I don't know how well it has been made by ChatGPT. So when I start to do it and I see whatever is in there, is it helpful? Is it going in the right direction? Only then I will share. So let's start. This is yeah. This is the yeah. These are the main tasks. Okay. Today, uh, today we will have the developer operating system, machine setup, terminal editor, and learning system implemented. We goal be fully ready to code, commit, push, and document work every day without setup friction. So I think what it's trying to say is that create a streamlined flow of the repository. I know this is a uh, very dear topic of developers, that that every developer wants the things to be in that way, and everyone has its own standard and hygiene factor of how the repo should be there, how the folder should be organized. I think this is talking about that. Create the root mono repo root to full stack with a clean face, weak folder structure, and hello world sanity checks in C and JavaScript. This is the end goal of the week. Who's going to because tools break or because files repo become messy. Week one eliminates that risk and sets your habit. And as I said with the stream, this is my first stream and I'm starting to learn coding. I don't have anyone else uh, to fall back on. That is intentional. So even in this, if I make some mistakes, ignore them. Tell me in the comments what I should do better. Uh, yeah, just help a guy out here. Day focus, concept, foundation, note taking. So I've started on around 1 p.m. and I have time till 3 p.m. So I don't think all 3 hours continuously will be here today. I will have approximately 2 hours. 90 minutes learn, read, watch, core concepts, terminal basics, PWD, LSCD. I know some of them. Change directory. This is also basically create a directory, and yeah, I've heard. I think this lists down all the files some of or something. Like I've used these files, I've used these commands before, but exactly I have to refresh my memory. We code basics, VS Code, sorry, Visual Studio, git install, compiler, runtime install, environment variables, running vault, daily routine. So let's go through the docs. I downloaded VS Code. Uh, yeah, I downloaded it. Let's see, getting started. Key features to help you get started with. You learn about different components of user interface, how to customize it. Then write some code and use such as intelligent learn about running and by installing a language. Code 45. I think पहले setup करना पड़ेगा. Downloaded. VS Code. I don't think you are able to see because I've shared the screen. I've shared the browser only, but I'm trying to install VS Code here. It is being installed. Copying Visual Studio to applications. 737 MB. Will take around 26 minutes. It says that's long. जल्दी होना चाहिए. 9 minutes. Let's see what you are seeing here. You are not seeing the screen where I'm installing. I think this is the slowest I've installed out of any application. 47 MB only out of 737 MB done. Let's see if we have anything else in that file that we can do while it is being downloaded. We can read these. Repository. So creating a repository, in upper right hand corner, click new repository, new code space, organization. I think we'll come to it, but seems simple. Commit is like a snapshot of all the files in your project at a particular time when you created new initialized a readme file. Contents of your readme are automatically shown on the front page of your repository. So it is changed to readme. Select readme. Toggle add readme to on. Okay, so what it said was readme. No, it said create nodes.md, right? Core ideas in plain English. I think some confusion is there. I think it is giving me a lot of things, but the flow is missing key. It should be go to this resource, do this, do commit, and so on. It has made lots and lots of columns, but thoda sa confusing in terms of how to execute. Notes plus starter folder. ठीक है. Let's see any update. Still. Okay, first of all, let's see if I have an account on it. I don't think I have GitHub. Yeah. No, I don't want the occasional product. Okay, the verification code is sent. Eight-digit verification code. I think I've only seen it with SBI and now this. Otherwise, shame हो जाता सब. So Git is as secure as SBI. Device activation. The code displayed on device you're signing into. Authorize your device. Authorize my device. How? I've verified my email. Authorize your device to device editing channel. For example, my guitar things from an unrecognized. Okay, there's a verification code. Okay, email address भी आएगा. Email address पे I don't see. Do I use the same code, same 8-digit code? Or resend? No. Enter the code displayed in the app. Where is the code? Spam में तो नहीं है. Let's see. Authorize. Send me one primary online push notification of your install. Enter the code from email. Go to. Yes, it was me. mouse क्या ये this is the first time when linking a computer like pushing pulling generally use one of the interpreted person and you can create as mm-hmm. Where would I get this? First step पे ही stuck हो गए. Recent का भी कुछ ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा. Nor do I see any emails. Launch code I got. इसके बाद very strange. आ गया. What was this? See? Am I signed in? Where is my page? Yeah, it's signed in. Okay, create repository. So in the repository, creating a new repository, I will call it hello world. But if everyone is hello world is available, description, memorable name, my first, that is correct, no doubt, 100% the correct thing. I don't think it can be public. अभी इसमें तो कुछ होगा भी. Yeah, a toggle add readme. What about the other options? Which files to ignore, which files not to track, no git ignore. Yeah, I have used this in cursor. Add license explain how others can use your code. ठीक है, let's create now. We will at least कुछ तो करें हम. इतना टाइम हो गया, आधे घंटे में repository create हो गई. वाह, very good. Okay, now yes, initialized like a snapshot of files in your project at a particular point in time. When you created your new repository, you initialized with readme file. Readme a great place to describe your project. Let's commit a change in the readme. So readme था, उसको हम readme में थोड़ा change करेंगे. फिर in your repository list of files. Okay, ये readme दिख रही है clearly. Initial commit लिखा हुआ आ रहा है. The right click to open the file editor. This is the file editor. So why not this is I was not able to verify that device after logging in. I googled भी किया था, but could not find any answers. I refreshed and I was able to log in. After not able to verify the device and not able to view the home page. Login and view the home page. Now let's see preview. Looks good. ठीक है. Preview पे click कर लिया. Review the changes. If you select show diff, you can see the this is what was mentioned initially. These are the changes, green ones. If I untick this, it is just the final version that is available now. Click commit changes. Commit changes. Dot. I click it. Commit message ये जाएगा. Extend description कुछ डालना नहीं. Commit directly to तो मेन ब्रांच में ही डालेंगे. रीडमी के लिए कोई नई ब्रांच की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Okay, updated, and I think this is the commit message. Update readme. If we go there, this is 2 commits. Initial commit, okay, update readme commit. ठीक है. This is how I track. Type a short meaningful commit message, describe the changes you made. You can attribute the commit to more than one author. ये नहीं बताया, ये मैंने पढ़ा नहीं. इसको हम 2 author कैसे कर सकते हैं? If I have below the commit message fields, decide whether to add your commit to the current branch or to a new branch. Like the name for each co-author, you should use their GitHub provided no reply email to type your commit message and write a short, meaningful description of your changes. After your commit description, instead of closing quotation, add an empty line. Empty line डाल के co-authored by name, another name at example.com. Done. No, ये तो हमने कर लिया था, create new branch, but decide ठीक है, commit changes or propose changes. You now created a repository, created your first commit on GitHub. You can now clone to create a local copy on your computer. From your local repository, you can commit, create a pull request to update the changes in upstream repository. वाह, I just got a notification कि हमारा विजुअल स्टूडियो शायद इंस्टॉल हो गया है. अच्छा, VS everyone talks about, but VS पे आता भी नहीं है. वाह. I am searching on Spotlight. Sorry, I think you would not be able to see. So when I'm searching VS से नहीं आता, Visual Studio I type and then I get the Visual Studio code. So this also I would have to add in the capture. Whoa, what is happening? Okay. So I'm trying to reduce the size of this, and yeah, why is it not visible? It is being shared, but यहाँ पे दिख नहीं रहा. Oh, okay. Hmm. Now it's better, slightly better. Okay, now one more issue that you guys will face is my screen is, I think the resolution will be quite small, so that I don't know how I will change. Okay, I will order, move to top. Okay, so this is the VS Code that has been installed. Now it says customize your editor, learn the basics and start coding. Use the AI features with Copilot for free, choose your theme. I think dark modern should be fine. I'm not able, but it's It's not very fast. नहीं, वीडियो ट्यूटोरियल का टाइम नहीं है. Next section. Customize every aspect of VS Code and synchronization. What are the settings? Controls auto save of dirty editors. Feels slightly advanced. Code built terminal मतलब okay, tuner settings ये if we don't select it, then okay, open setting, code with extensions are VS Code, power up the range from handy productive expanding out to ठीक है, built-in terminal quickly run shell commands and monitor build output out right next to ठीक है, terminal, open terminal, code with extension. I think did this. Browse popular extensions. Hmm. 200. Okay, this is MB. I thought for once I thought it was million downloads, but this is the size. Python. If we see if there's any recommended extension, I think ठीक है. Oh, very low rating. 2.5. नहीं, हम देख के करेंगे. Track, set up the built-in version control for record changes and collaborate. ठीक है. Clone repository, clone from GitHub. Allow. This is what we were talking when we said clone repository. Where did we say it? Clone कहाँ बोला था हमने? हाँ, clone repository. Okay, now where would I get the verification code? There's the Visual Code Studio by Visual Success. Update GitHub action work files. ठीक है, I authorize. Open the application. Oh, I see the repository here. I hope you guys are also able to see this, whatever I'm doing. I think you are. So, select as repository destination. Yeah. I'm creating this is the name. Wow. RTFS I write. Yeah, that would be better. RTFS row 2 full stack. That is the name of the folder where I will create this repository. हम्म, ओपन, यस, ओपन करके देखते हैं। वाह, yes, cite us the authors. Watch your code in action. So you also, so things we have done, we've created a repository, we've committed changes, we've cloned the repository. Hmm. Good, good progress. I didn't think, like, I'm not looking at the Excel file, but GitHub is, or GitHub and VS Code are telling me some things to do. Good. Watch your code in action. Accelerate debug by setting up a launch configuration. I don't have a project yet, so I cannot use it. Trigger. Uh, use keyboard shortcuts up. Control Shift G. Okay. Create tasks for your common workflows. Enjoy the integrated skills will make substance automatically check it. No. Editing involved. Start new file. Open. Non GitHub connect to. ठीक है. Good thing. Now moving to what else we have to do. Now I'll take 2 minutes, just get my coffee, and I think we'll continue. And then इसको how do I pause it, or I'm surprised by a few things that have gone well in the stream, but also there's a lot of learning curve. सब कुछ देखना पड़ रहा है, कहाँ से करना होगा ये हमें YouTube में जाके पॉज कर सकते हैं, या फिर YouTube में पॉज स्ट्रीम का ऑप्शन है क्या? स्ट्रीम सेटिंग्स, ऐसी स्ट्रीम जल्दी एनालिटिक्स, no worries, I'll just come back and grab my coffee. तब तक yeah. Coming back, guys. Yo, I am back. Now let's see what Excel file says. हमें क्या करना है उसके अकॉर्डिंग. ठीक है, हमने पढ़ा है बट एग्जैक्टली भी प्रोजेक्ट कुछ नहीं बना और वो सब हाउ टू इम्प्लीमेंट द अदर थिंग्स. It was a primary resource create. ठीक है, we have seen this, we have seen the second one. Now we see this resource. Maybe it will show something useful. Whoa. E-book 3 घंटे में e-book भी पढ़ूंगा मैं. वाह. सो ये भी मुझे स्लाइटली पता है कि Git में you can track all the changes and there's a like you can have a restore point version control. तो उसके लिए GitHub is very necessary, especially when many people are working together. किस कोड से क्या हो जाए. So basic idea. Let's see what else it says. Version control and why you should care. Everyone should care, right? Version control बहुत important चीज़ है, ऐसा मुझे बताया गया. Version control is a system that records changes to a file or set of files over time. But you can recall specific version later. Yeah, true. What are the examples in uses software source code as the files being version controlled? Software source code. In reality, you can do this with nearly any type of file. But there's a version control system. I think document भी बनाते हैं उसके लिए version control system चाहिए होता है when many people are working कि इस document में ये change हुआ, the show diff type जो हमने readme में किया. Yes, see who last modified. किसकी वजह से प्रॉब्लम हुई है वो ढूंढने के लिए तो बहुत ही बढ़िया. वर्जन कंट्रोल सिस्टम बनाया गया. RCS which is distributed with many computers works by keeping patch sets, that is difference between files in a special format on disk. Patches में कर दिया. You can recreate what any file look like at any point of time by adding up all the patches. Okay. Developer shared repository. Everyone knows to a certain degree what everyone else on project. Mr. Finding and control who can do what and far is it to administrative centralized version control system. Single point of failure. एक ही जगह सब चेंज हो रहा है, वो गया तो सब गया. if server goes down for an hour, then during that hour nobody can collaborate. Hard disk in central becomes corrupted, proper backups are being kept, lose absolutely everything. Now Git comes. So पहले लोकल वर्जन में फिर सेंट्रलाइज्ड वर्जन में नाउ गिट इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड वर्जन कंट्रोल सिस्टम. Fully mirror the repository. Every clone really is really a full backup of all data. Linux, during the earlier Linux changes on our passed on patches and oh, जैसे पैसे लेने लगे उसका नया बना दिया. Linux is awesome. Okay. If you understand what Git and fundamental of how it works, then using it effectively will probably be much easier to. This is what I want. As you learn Git, try to clear your mind of all the things you may not take care. Good, I don't know about these. So, ठीक है. Even though Git's user interface is very similar to Git stores and read things in a very different way. Is the way Git thinks about its data. Most other systems store information as a list of file-based changes. These are the systems. And the changes made to each file. Okay. So I think what it's talking about is that the files are stored as patches and data क्या क्या change हुआ है, everything can be created later, but that is not what Git does. Doesn't think or store data this way. Git thinks of it more like a series of snapshot of a miniature file system. ठीक है, अलग अलग टाइम पे उसका snapshot or say the state of your project. It basically takes picture of what all your file looks like at the moment and stores a reference to a snapshot. It doesn't store the file again, just a link to previous identical file and all stream of snapshots. Mini file system with some incredibly powerful tools becomes what powerful. Other than simply a VCS, we'll explore some of the benefits you gain by thinking. Most operations need only local files and resources to operate. example, to browse the history of project, it doesn't need to go out to the server to get the history and display it for you. It simply reads it directly from your local database. Mm. This means you see the project history almost instantly. If you want to see the changes introduced within current version of file and like file month ago, Git can look up the file month ago and do a local difference calculation instead of having to ask either remote server. There is very little you can do if you are offline or off VPN. If you get on an airplane or train and want to do little work, you can commit happily. Okay, with and without internet, people are able to commit. Get to a network connection to upload. If you go home and can get your VPN client working properly, you can still work. In many other systems, doing so is either impossible or painful. Perforce, for example, you can't do much when you aren't connected to the server. Can edit files, but you can't make changes to your database. This may not seem like a huge deal, but you may be surprised what big difference. Everything in Git is checksum before it is stored and then referred to that by the checksum. This means impossible to change the contents of any file or directory without Git. Okay. Lowest level and is integral. You can't lose information in transit or get file corruption without Git being able to detect it. And the mechanism that Git uses for that checksum is called SHA hash, SHA1 hash. 40 character string composed of hexadecimal character and calculated based on contents of file or directory structure in Git. SHA hash looks something like this. All over the place in Git because it uses them so much. Stores everything in its database not by file name but by hash value of its. Wow. Nice. SHA1 hash. Let me write it down. It generally only adds data. When you do actions in Git, nearly all of them only add data to the Git database. It's hard to get the system to do anything that is not undoable or to make it erase data in any way. As with any releases, you can lose or mess up changes you haven't committed, but you can't commit a snapshot into Git. It is very, once you, after commit, it is very difficult to lose. These states, pay attention now. Here's the main thing to remember about if you want the rest of your learning process. It has three main states that your files can reside: modified, staged, committed. Staged means you have marked the modified file in its current version. Mark the modified file in its current version to go into your next commit snapshot. Committed means that it is safely stored in a local database of Git project. The working tree, the staging tree, and Git directory. Staging Git directory. A working tree is a single checkout of one version of the project. These files are pulled out of the compressed database in Git directory. Single checkout of one version of the project. These files are pulled out of compressed database in the Git directory and placed on disk for you to use or modify. The staging area is a file generally contained in your Git directory that stores information about what will go in your next commit. Hmm. Technical name in Git parlance is index, but the phrase staging area would. Git directory is where Git stores the metadata and object database. This is the most important part, and it's where what is copied when you clone it was from another. Basic Git workflow goes something like this. You modify files in your working tree, ठीक है? Selectively stage just those changes you want to be part of the next commit, which adds only those changes onto the staging area. You do a commit which takes the file as they are in staging area and stores that snapshot permanently. Original file is in the Git directory. It is considered committed. If it has been modified and was added to it is staged. And if changed, since it was checked out but has not been staged, it is modified. Okay, this is. I think I understood it, but what is its use and why is it so important? That only I have more knowledge, and with time I'll be able to check out. Command line, or though I don't think I need to learn. Okay, some things are good. Open Terminal, Mac OS, Command Prompt, PowerShell. You may need to stop in this service because of this. But since I cloned that and I have Visual Code, so do I need to install Git? There was terminal. Where is the terminal? Okay, terminal. Let's see. I think I've installed it for one of the projects in Cursor. Brew install Git or yeah, I've done this. Let's see, cheat sheet, Git init, create a new start a new repo, clone, add untracked file, Git add file, add all untracked and add files and untracked unstaged changes. Add dot. ये फाइल में this is all. Move MV, delete RM, RM cached on stage. Let's download this. Wow. Wow. Nicely made. Yeah. Downloaded the EPUB beta version. What else is there? Managing tools. Oh yeah. Free GitHub desktop. No. Okay. Now the last link to the resources. GNU Bash. GNU operating system supported by Free Software Foundation. Bash. Nothing else is written about Bash here, but let's see. What is it? Bone shell, corn shell, seashell, tea, seashell. What is Bash? What is shell? Bash is the shell or command language interpreter for GNU. The name is an acronym for Born Again Shell. Pun on Stephen Born, author of Direct Ancestor of current Unix shell. Shell SH, which appeared in 7th edition Bell Labs version of compatible with SH and ridiculous Bash. It's largely compatible with SH and incorporates useful features from corn shell, KSS, C shell. It is intended to be conformant implementation of IEEE POSIX 2 technical version of Bash is default shell. But next, what is a shell? Macroprocessor that execute command. Means functionality with text and symbols are expanded to create large. Unix shell is both a command interpreter and command interpreter. Shell provides the user interface to its set of GNU. The programming language features allow these utilities to be combined. User can create files containing commands and these become commands themselves. These new commands have some status as system commands. This shell execution of GNU commands both synchronously and asynchronously. Next, where is next? this is useful to me how installing bash cd to the directory containing okay. Let's go to read and watch families. Create nodes / week01.md. We didn't fully check out और इसमें what else can we see. इसमें docs में तो yeah. Now we'll see. Get started with the key features you've installed. You can use you only need to make it, or you can open a folder so known as workspace. Let's start by creating a folder and use the folder throughout the tutorial. Open Visual and select file, open folder. File, open folder. Select new folder and create a new folder named VS Code 101. Let's see. RTFS में new folder named VS Code 101. Open. Then select select folder. Open. Open on Mac OS. Yeah, so this is the workspace. I see. You can also configure setting that only apply to that folder differently. ठीक है. Switch between views with the activity bar. Use the activity bar to switch between different views. This is okay. Explorer. MCP server. ठीक है. Enter the name index.html. Nice. File is new. Start typing some HTML code in index.html. As you type, you should see session popping up that help you complete your code. You can use up and down and tab to insert the session. Add more files to your workspace and notice that each file opens a new edited tab. Okay. Now to do it, okay, let me first write whatever is written in this. Body. This is the heading. Good. Now add more files conf readme.md readme.md config.json. yes, सबके लिए अलग एडिटर खुल रहा है. Wow, this is nice. Okay. This is the readme file and the demo folder. Yes. Cross access the terminal from panel area. Pressing this is, I think, control. What is the shortcut? Okay. Plus, it didn't say plus. Control plus. Okay, this is even I am doing. It didn't give me the terminal. Let me see again. Where were we? We can go from here, view terminal. We can go from here. Why? Terminal, workspace. Echo hello VS Code greeting text. Will it work? Will it work, guys? Yeah. Echo hello VS Code. Nice. Echo hello VS Code greetings test. Variable profiles. Bash. What is the current one? ये कैसे पता लगेगा? Okay. ZSH. New terminal. Command palette. Shift Command P. Command mode after the symbol. View it. Quick open mode, remove the character and start typing. Command P. Yes. Nice. Fuzzy matching, typing ODKS returns, open default keyboard shortcut. Use the search box by default doesn't automatically save modified files. You select a value from auto save. Commonly used. JavaScript, TypeScript testing mode. In this tutorial, create a sample JavaScript file and some of the code rating. Supports many programming languages. You install a language extension. Create a new file. In the Explorer, you create a new file app.js and start typing the following JavaScript code. App.js. Now this is the code function. Say hello, name console.log, hello, name. Let's see. hello name. Hmm. Hmm. Convert to template string. Has integrated source control management with support outreach. Select the source control view in activity bar to open source control view. Hmm. What changes instead? Hmm. I think I've already. Yeah. Collapse folder. If I go to the one where I cloned the repository. I think that I can see. If I go to source control here. See? I can see the changes. Make the change, go to source control. Huh. Why? Now what to do? Hovering over file and selecting plus next to file. You can stage individual changes. For file and selecting next to file. But why am I not seeing the file? You can see it by hovering over the file and selecting. For example, add hello function. Graph. Push, refresh. Once I save it, modified, ठीक है. Change with VS Code. Okay, how to stage first. Git log. Unable to read file, no such directory, open user. Git config. Git config list. username. I think it worked. What is the email? Is it? I think it was at now it should be committed. So created git repo, clone git repo, created folder in VS Code, updated those folders, updated files, made changes in the cloned repo, committed the staged the changes, and then committed those changes. So these are the things that we did. Now what else? Let's select enter Python, then select this. Now create a Python file hello.py. This is Python related. I think we already did this. This is not a big issue. Just installing extension. Node.js. Yeah, let me install more. Let me see how it opens. How does the marketplace open? Extension marketplace @popular. Python is being installed. IntelliCode is already there. Pylines, performant Python language support, Python debugger. Published 10 years ago, last released 15 hours ago. Hmm. 624. Yeah, 624 I've rated it. Very less. This is the Copilot. Okay. वैसे this interface is very similar to Cursor. I think because Cursor came much later and most of the people were coding in VS Code. So the interface and everything, the look and feel, it's Cursor has a lot of similarity to VS Code. I didn't know that. Installed, right? Yes. Now enter Python. Now create a hello.py in your workspace. Hello.py. And then def say hello name, print hello plus name, say hello VS Code. Make sure place the cursor on the print line and press F9 to set a breakpoint. Whoa. Okay. Red dot appears indicating breakpoint is it. With breakpoint you can pause the execution of your program at a specific line of code. Press F5. Select the Python debugger. 5. How to select F5? What's the other way? Python debugger. Python debugger. Choose the current Python debugger. Hello.py. Debug the currently. No. How to select F5? Inspect the value of the by hovering over it in the editor. Well, like you can view the value in the run and debug. Press the continue button in the debug toolbar or press F5 to continue the discussion. I think I already have cursor for this purpose, so not going to sign in or response may be inaccurate to onboard with agent. That's fine. Okay, Copilot user interface, personalized VS Code, install tips and tricks. These maybe. This is the same thing that we have seen. Yes. Yeah, same thing that we just saw. Command palette, default shortcut. Whoa. Nice. You can open editor, terminal or specific views and floating window. Editor to another place on your monitor. Even to another monitor. Toggle sidebar, toggle panel. Which panel? Okay. Zen mode. NKZ. This Zen mode is nice. What is the keyboard shortcut? Press escape, control plus K. Command powerful search enables you to customize, create new window. Change language mode. Change your theme. Okay. Tune your settings. Wow. Does anyone know all these shortcuts? Like, I think developers do, but if I start, I think if I spend a year only on VS Code, then I will know all these things. But I don't have that much time. Good. I think this is this is the initial instructions in the Excel file. I didn't think I was going to achieve much in today's session, but I think I'm quite happy with what I was able to do in 2 hours. I think the Excel sheet needs to be refined further to have some more structure around it. अभी ये पढ़ो ये कर दो वो कर दो, it is all one big mumbo jumbo. Like I'm not able to decipher what it wants me to do on each day. So maybe I will improve upon it. And yeah, it was a good session. First day of uh, yeah, first day of streaming and first day of learning coding, both very big and very decisive tasks in today's day and age. So it's a good day, good start. I feel good. I hope you were able to. I don't think anyone is watching even all, all 2 hours or all all the minutes that I was here, but it's just better to commit to a routine and commit to a learning path, and hopefully I will learn some new things. So thank you. Have a good day.